Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and today we have fitness model and sponsored athlete Nikki Walter and her lovely daughter Edison on the show. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for inviting us.
You're most welcome. You grew up in a very small town. Tell me a bit about your upbringing.
Small town in South Dakota, which is a very small state. My hometown had 5 houses, so the population was 10 people. And I grew up in a very small school as well, so I just stayed active by running outside in the country roads.
Right. And after graduating high school, you went for a Bachelor of Science degree in fitness management. What sparked your curiosity around health and fitness?
I've always been active and always wanted to pursue some sort of career in health and wellness, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I had the opportunity to intern for Medtronic in the Twin Cities area in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I moved there to work with their company after graduating and then moved back to South Dakota. So I've always kept it a part of my life, I guess.
Right. And following graduation, you moved to South Dakota to get married and gave birth to your lovely daughter Edison in 2006. How did becoming a mother change your perspective on health?
As any parent can tell you that your children are your life, and it always is an eye-opening experience when you have the opportunity to make choices for this little human being that you want to grow healthy, and you do just about anything for your kids. So I think most parents would understand that healthy is the way you would like to go.
Right, I agree. And you became a personal trainer, instructor, and started teaching fitness classes. What has been the biggest lesson you've learned through it all?
Through everything of every phase, I've kept fitness as a part of my life, working other careers. And I was a chamber executive for a chamber of commerce in the state of South Dakota here for many years in government. And so I always kept health and wellness as part of my life because it was very close to my heart and it was my passion. And so the lesson I've learned with that is you really just need, if you're passionate about something, never hesitate to do it no matter what the circumstances and follow your heart. I think for many of us, no matter what phase of life we're in or the circumstances we fight or go through, sometimes we tend to put those feelings on the back burner. And we begin to think that, being who we are or feeding our energy and doing what we need to do for ourselves is a very selfish thing in some cultures. But we also have to understand that in order to be who we are supposed to be, we need to serve God and others through that person. And so if it makes you a better person, a better mother, better student, a better friend, a better spouse, then you really need to do those things that you need to follow your heart.
In 2011, something tragic happened with your husband. Do you feel comfortable sharing?
Yes, yeah. In 2011, my husband and I had been married almost 8 years, and Addison was 5, and he was unfortunately diagnosed with a very severe leukemia. And we didn't realize at the time how very sick he was. He needed a bone marrow transplant. So he was diagnosed in March of 2011, and he went through a transplant in September of 2011, but he lost his battle on Earth here in November of 2011 due to complications from the transplant. So, changed our life, didn't it?
I'm so sorry for your loss, Nikki and Edison.
Thank you.
Those events led you to reconsider your daughter's diet and educate her on feed. What were some of the first things you taught her?
When Nathan got sick, my husband got sick, we were not aware of his family history of illness. And so he and I had talked a little bit about genetics and come to find out that both of his parents had a form of cancer, both of his grandparents had cancer, and it was something that was running in the family. So genetically, I was a little bit concerned as a parent. I live with that thought daily. But I know that Addison's a very healthy girl, and in order to keep her healthy, I wanted to make sure that we are doing everything we can to keep her that way. It's never for us to tell, but as a parent, I feel like that's something I can do, and I'm willing to try. And that's what led me to all of the different things we're doing now.
Right, great job. And factoring out the genetics, do you feel this is something all parents should do for and with their children?
I do. I think most parents are not aware of the different things that they need to do with their children. In our culture, we're a very busy culture in the United States, so we tend to eat a lot of fast food. A lot of parents I'm finding that I work with just don't know how to teach their kids how to measure their food, wash their food, and so when you teach the kids that, it helps them, and it'll help fight childhood obesity because they're learning from the parent. But I think, what frustrates me most, and the reason I started clean eating parties, was because a lot of parents want to get healthy. They really do. But when it comes to their kids, they're kind of focusing on their self and not sure how to do it with their family. So Addison and I kind of work together to help families all around incorporate it for parents and children together.
And since then, you haven't been sitting still either. You ran a marathon, trained for a fitness contest, and qualified for your first national bikini show in 2013. What motivated you to stay active throughout the years?
Well, honestly, I asked Addison if I could compete. I'd always wanted to compete. And one thing about competing, as a bodybuilder, is it's a very time-consuming sport. And as a working single parent now, that's something that we really needed to talk about together, because I didn't want her to feel like she was being left out. So I asked her, and why didn't you tell her what you told me?
As long as I get a trophy.
As long as I win her a trophy. And I had been previously to my husband's passing, I was a marathon runner, and that was my time. And so I really had to figure out a way to incorporate a new fitness lifestyle. And so we started training for that. And it's been pretty good to us.
Amazing, amazing. And you also decided to make some changes on the work front and left your Chamber of Commerce career, which was a leap of faith. What pushed you over the edge and led you to decide to follow your heart?
Honestly, I think sometimes we just know we need to do it, and we're hesitant. In my culture, people, especially in my area, South Dakota is a very conservative state, and a lot of people are just very dedicated to working very long in the positions they're in. And so it's not common for people in leadership positions here to jump to new endeavors. But for me, honestly, the competing, it was just kind of after competing, I realized, there's more that I need to be doing. I'm not sure what that is. And, people in the community, because I was a leader, didn't really know what to think about competing, because they view it as a beautiful woman in a swimsuit, but they don't understand the dedication and commitment that it takes to do that. And so, when I left, I just, they all knew I had health and wellness as my passion. And I said, I promise you, I don't know where this is going to lead me, but it's something I need to do. And now my new position, I'm able to work from home and spend more time with my daughter. So that's another major reason why I took that leap of faith.
And your daughter and yourself have adjusted to a new life. What role have your family and friends played throughout this journey?
I have two sisters and their families, and I can honestly say we have Grandma Judy in our life, who's helped me raise Addison pretty much from the time she was a baby. And without the support system, we really could not do it. And it's one of those things where we're blessed to have such a good family and group of friends that have wanted to see us succeed. And for anybody out there, I recommend, if there's something you're willing to do, one of the hardest things to do is to separate those who support you and those who don't. And you start to see that it kind of unfolds as you begin your endeavor. But for those who stick with you, the journey is absolutely incredible. And it's so great to share it with all of them, because they're happy for you. And we want to thank everybody because they've just been so supportive.
Tell me a bit about your clean eating parties and what you're hoping to accomplish with them.
Well, they started as just a fun opportunity to learn more about food. And like I said, one of the things we were finding is that parents here just had a hard time understanding how to adjust food in their lifestyle. And, Addison's in soccer and piano and dance. And one of the things that I started to realize as a single parent was I need to be prepared for these things. And as I started competing, I really saw how much food preparation plays a role in that. And so we had a few parties. We invited some people over, and it started to become one of these things where we just kind of expanded. And now through my website, nikkywalter.com, you can register for a party. We can do it virtually. And you stick to the program and you follow Addison and I through your journey. And it's been so rewarding, and we're so proud of everybody who has participated. We thank you, because it's just a life-changing opportunity.
That's fantastic. If you don't mind, I have a couple questions for Addison as well.
Okay.
Hey Addison, how are you?
Good.
Good. So I heard that you helped your mommy stick to her diet when she was going to compete. What was that like?
Well, what I think it was like, well, it's been really, really nice to have mommy compete, and this is what led us to right here.
You eat very healthy too, so that you will be a healthy adult. What do your friends think of that?
I think if I eat healthy, they will eat healthy, and if they will eat healthy, that will be good for them.
Right, right. And you get to have your own show too, Kitchen with Eddie. What can you tell me about that?
I teach kids about portion control and how to measure their food, and also I make them into like creative things like art, since that's one of my favorite things.
Amazing, amazing, Edison. Ladies, you've been absolutely amazing. Where can people go to learn more about the two of you?
They can visit our website, nikkywalter.com, and on there you can find a variety of different things. We would speak to your groups. We have Addison's show linked to there, as well as a membership to our site for the year. So check it out.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about today that you feel we've missed?
I think this is a wonderful program, and I commend you on reaching out to women all over the world. And to those of you who are yet to participate, best of luck to you, and thank you for the opportunity to be on your show today.
And thank you so much for your time, ladies. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi. For more inspiration, check out our website at realtalkrealwomen.com.